to join. And first of all, thank you for joining us this evening on this webinar to discuss how we can build a successful career in the BFSI sector. This topic and this timing of this webinar is quite fortunate, given that the union budget was presented yesterday and a lot of focus was given on the finance sector and how it is one of the key sectors that the government is going to focus on. With all the digitization and the digital first journey that the government is emphasizing on, we see that BFSI sector would become much and more competitive and more lucrative in that matter to speak, because the opportunities in this sector are only going to grow. So to talk about that, we have today with us Ms. Vibhusha Singh Chauhan. Thank you, Vibhusha, for joining us today. So just to introduce Vibhusha, so she is working as a solution advisor at Deloitte India, and she has been part of teams managing various high-profile clients over the last couple of years. Welcome once again, Vibhusha, and we really appreciate you taking your time out for this discussion.
Thank you so much. No problem at all. And thanks for this opportunity as well.
Great. Good to have you here. So, Vibhusha, to start off with, like I said, the BFSI sector has been quite in talk over the last few days, and especially with this budget coming around. What do you think are some of the changes that you have seen happening in the BFSI sector over the last few years, and how do you see they would pan out in the coming future?
Right. So I think we can all agree with the fact that the recent history in our lives is currently divided into two parts: pre-COVID and post-COVID. And so I started interning at Deloitte pre-COVID, and since then, during COVID and post-COVID, there has been a drastic change in the FSI sector that I've noticed. Pre-COVID, normal people were very hesitant to take risks, and they were not very much aware about the options that they have for investing, for insurance, everything that makes up the BFSI sector. However, during the COVID era, when people couldn't go out and they got more exposure to the digital platforms, as they didn't really have any other choice presented in front of them, they started getting to the means where they could research more, and housewives or all of these people have also started investing the money that is coming, through the household income. And in fact, my mom herself, she's actually a very nominal earner with a tuition she teaches, and whatever income she gets, she has started investing all of that into SIP. Initially, the thought process used to be that we'll keep this cash safe because the market is too volatile and we shouldn't invest. But now, since COVID happened, she started taking tuitions online, and she got to learn how she can research the market and everything, and how she can invest it. So I feel that in the past few years, because the digitalization has become so much better, and it's connected so many people through so many platforms, I think that has helped the BFSI sector grow immensely. I would also really quickly like to share my screen so that I can walk you through a few charts. Can you see?
Yes, we can.
Just one second. I think this is I don't see. Can you see the PPT right here?
Yes, we can.
All right. So if you can see in the banking sector itself, the after 2020, that is the post-COVID period, you can see there has been an increase in the banking sector from 2020 to 2022. Similarly, in the financial services sector and insurance sector, after the COVID scare, a lot of people have started, buying in insurance. So that is also a very booming industry right now. And similarly, like I just spoke about, the awareness that has been going out because of the digitalization right now. The financial services sector has also immensely grown. And in my firm itself, I have seen the revenue, because during COVID, we had a down period, but as soon as the COVID period ended, for the past 2 years, we've seen the revenue doubling year on year, and we've had like the best revenues in the past, in the history of Deloitte. And that is also a lot to do because now that the hybrid system has come into play, we know that because the hybrid system, we can have people working from home, and we can hire more people in the firm currently, because of which the companies don't have to invest that much in infrastructure, but they're getting a lot in return. Due to that, also the BFSI sector has really grown, and there are a lot of other factors as well. But quickly moving on to the the just the current trends that we have. The first one is definitely the digital solutions. Every BFSI firm at this point is looking to digitalize all their efforts, and they want the customers to have everything at the comfort of their homes, because people are more reluctant to go outside these days, and they want everything at their doorsteps, right? So firms are evolving and digitalizing every process that they have currently, then enhancing customer experience. I feel that this is a trend that has been going on in each and every sector currently, because customer experience is something that every sector wants to cater to. I remember from my time at TAPME, we had a lot of subjects like strategy and, you know, a lot of subjects which had live simulations, which would help us, enhance the customer experiences. And that made us learn a lot, because our peers only were the customers for us, and they gave us the criticism, they gave us everything, and it actually made us learn so much, and it wasn't just related to strategy, but there were a lot of other marketing subjects also back then. But that was just one of the many subjects. We had decision making subjects as well, so that also helped us. Apart from that, there's been a huge focus on the big data and analytics right now, and we know that big data and analytics is technically the future of BFSI sector, because there is so much data available in the market currently, and all of this data is the person who knows how to get the right information, how to squeeze the right information out of this data currently, is always one step ahead from its competitors. And competition is one of the biggest challenges which we'll come at when we cover the challenges. But yes, focus on big data and analytics is currently the biggest focus in the BFSI sector. Then banking applications and self-service is obviously because all banks have tried to bring every possible offering of theirs on a banking application, and they're doing really well with it, uh, because they have really good user interfaces which are very easy for people to understand, and people of every age group are able to understand these applications. They're very easy to use, and they're doing this with a lot of security details as well, which is really commendable. But this will keep growing, and it'll keep getting better. Right now, it's not just about transferring money or anything. We have banking applications on our app 24 into 7, right? I remember there was a time when my parents had to take leave to go to the bank and finish all the banking chores that they had in one day, and it would take a lot of time because there used to be lines and everything. But we don't have to do all of that anymore, because we have banking services available to us 24 into 7, like at all times. So that has been a great change, I must say. Then we have blockchain technology. Blockchain technology is currently making everything so much faster and a lot more easier, secure, and our government is also looking into digital rupee. If that happens, then we'll obviously have like it'll be so much easier for us to, transfer money, not just within India, but outside India as well. Because we do have apps such as GPay and all of those. But um, I feel that we obviously can't use that if you have to make a transaction abroad. There's so much that is involved in doing that, because there's so many security issues, there's forex, this, that. So with blockchain technology, BFSI sector will can go a lot further, because it's like an untapped resource that we have currently, and it has like a lot of potential, which will definitely help the future of BFSI in a very great way. Blockchain is also being used in Ripple blockchain is being used currently outside India for banking servers and everything, which is also a great step, because currently we're actually using Swiss, which is a little slower compared to if we start using Ripple. But yeah, so and then the next and the last is I mean, it's not the last, we have a lot of current trends, but um, payment banks and fintech partnerships have done so much for the BFSI sector. Banks that could not go beyond there are so many backward places right now which the banks couldn't reach initially. But because of these payments banks and everything, we're able to expand our rural banking system, and we're able to expand banking system itself on a very high level, which has again been really great and very secure as well. However, when we come to the challenges of the BFSI sector, cybersecurity has been the greatest threat because the digitalization has been immensely growing. And as and when these firms and the government, they keep bringing up walls to secure our money and everything, there are so many people who are trying to take these walls down constantly, which is obviously like a big threat. But there has been a constant mm, the BFSI sector is constantly trying to, face this challenge, and they keep bringing up new technology to create a cybersecurity. I know for a fact that in Deloitte itself, we have a huge cybersecurity team that works 24 into 7, so that none of our data gets leaked. And because the client data is extremely sensitive, and we cannot have it going into the wrong hands, right? So cybersecurity is also a huge challenge. Coming on to competition and innovation, there is every there is nothing that a particular BFSI company can offer that any other company cannot offer right now, because currently, if one bank has a certain service, say for example, it has a wealth manager service, it is not something that is very unique to that particular bank. Every bank has a wealth manager service applicable right now. So which is why the competition is extremely great, and due to which we have to constantly innovate to stay one step ahead of our competitors. And you have to design solutions in the BFSI sector, that how we can be better than our thing. It could be by enhancing the customer experience as well. It could be a lot of things that people can do. So there are every company has a particular team designed just for the innovation perspective. The team is supposed to work on how they can you know be one step ahead of their competitors at all times. So that was that. And then there are regulatory compliances. Our banks and NBFCs, etc., they are all usually under a very heavy scrutiny from the government, because um, they have to provide so much, but it has to be secure at all times, because the data that the banks and NBFCs usually have is extremely sensitive. If that data goes out into the public, it can cause a lot of harm. And
Mm-hmm.
because of that, there are a lot of backlashes from the government, and there are a lot of restrictions from the government, and irrespective of those regulations, the banks have to thrive. So they're constantly looking for people who can help them do that, because of which currently the market is in the BFSI sector. The hiring opportunities are immense. Like, every company is hiring a lot of people, and that has gone further up after the post COVID, during the post COVID period, which is really great. And
Great.
yeah, I feel, while working on all of these challenges in my firm as well,
Mm.
um, I feel that a lot of things that TAPME has really helped me with. For example, like I spoke about the live simulations that we had. I'll just quickly show you the key roles that TAPME usually offers.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Sorry,
yeah,
so sorry, Vibhusha. So I think what you mentioned in the previous slide and the slide before that, that is
yeah,
of immense value. And I will just like to take a minute
sure, sure.
here to appreciate the kind of effort and the information that is coming to us with these slides, is because it's absolutely clear from the charts that you showed previously that the BFSI industry as a whole is on an upswing. And again, I was going through the budget speech that was delivered yesterday, and there is a 70% increase in the UPI payments from the last year to this year, which is a
Yes,
huge testament to the kind of digital opportunities that are there. And with the advent of neobanks and the new fintech industry that is booming, like you rightly said, the competition is always out there, and that's why these companies are looking for people who can help them innovate and become better by providing solutions to end customers that they will be able to take to the market. And you briefly touched upon on Swift as well, which I believe they are also working on revamping Swift right now to make it much more
yes,
faster and much more easier and accessible and much more convenient to transfer money within countries. So yeah, so the advents in the BFSI sector are quite clear, and with that, the challenges that you spoke about, they are also quite. I think they both challenges and opportunities go hand in hand. Only when there are challenges,
right.
there are new opportunities that emerge. So it's really great to have a look at all this information, Vibhusha. And yeah, I think next, sorry, before I cut you off, you were about to talk about the opportunities that are there in the market. So we will, so yeah, so we can go through
Yes.
that. Just to our listeners, the audience who is out there, if you have any questions to either Vibhusha or me, the chat window is open. Please feel free to put in your queries there, and we would take it up. We'll try to take it up during the course of the session. If not, then we will certainly take it up once the session ends.
Yes, please feel free to ask any questions that you might have.
Yes, sorry, go on, Vibhusha. Now, all yours
Sure.
again.
Yes. So like I was saying, these are the key positions and roles in the BFSI sector in the market right now. I have this chart here for you, which shows that BFSI sector has hired in an uptrend post-COVID. It was negative during March 2020, but March 2021, I'm sorry. But it has risen so much because I have myself seen, we had a team of 15 people when I joined Deloitte, which has now grown into a team of it is a sub team. We usually don't have, in the past, we've never had more than 20 people in our team, but now it has grown to 50 to 60 people in one sub team, which is actually a great deal. And we're still looking to hire more. So there's been a very uptrend in the hiring in the BFSI sector as well. And they've been hiring for these roles. I personally am from consulting, and I have a lot of my batchmates in all of these multiple roles as well. But if I want to connect this to my TAPME time, I can remember one specific example. We had a subject called wealth management in our time, and in that particular subject, we had again a live simulation where we had like paper notes and we had to manage the wealth. And I remember it being so, uh, you know, I felt like being very into the subject because of the way of teaching. If I had to study theory on a subject like this one, then I probably wouldn't have been as interested. But the live simulations, the group projects that we get during the time at APME, they have extremely helped us out. Me being a fresher, I know that I was unaware of the um, how the corporate world is going to treat me. But as soon as I stepped into the corporate world, I remember thinking that this is no different than what it was at TAPME, because TAPME actually prepared me for all of my experiences that I've had in corporate. There was nothing that I had not done before, and that was all just because of TAPME. Each and every role that is out there in the BFSI sector right now, TAPME curriculum had something to offer for every role. I remember, since all of these roles currently have my batchmates placed in them, uh, having spoken to them over the past 2 3 years since we graduated, everyone has always highlighted the point that how TAPME has really helped them. Like, we had a subject especially for treasury management and for corporate banking. They prepare you for that particular subject going forward. And I've heard my batchmates and myself saying that on multiple occasions that we've already covered this in TAPME, so we don't really need to, train on it again and all that, because we were trained enough already. So I felt that these key roles are very important. And if you're looking to get into any of these roles, we have really great faculty also. If I want to reach out to them even today, I know that I can do that without any hesitation, because they treat you as not as they're not like your teacher, they are your equals, because they're also they've also been in the corporate world, so they know how each and every role currently functions in the market. So
Mm.
yeah. And apart from that, I've already spoken about how these roles have been impacted by the post-pandemic period. All the BFSI sector companies are doing really well, and they've shown good year-on-year growth. You can go and see any stats on any of the websites that you wish to, and you will find that most of the BFSI companies are doing really good. And if not so, at least they're hiring more people because of the hybrid culture. And um, if an office space currently has 1,000 seating space only, the companies are hiring 5,000 people, and they're asking them to go to office once a week. And so in the same infrastructure cost, they're technically getting 5 times the revenue, which is why they're willing to hire more. There were a lot of companies which were, very hesitant pre-COVID to expand to other locations. But for example, in Deloitte itself, we had Deloitte offices only in 3 locations, but now we have Deloitte offices in 7+ locations, so that we can reach to like more people and we can get more talent from the other parts of the country as well, right? So, which is why I feel that it is on the uptrend and it is going to stay that way for a lot of coming years as well. That's my
Great,
opinion.
great. And I think that's so we have a question also on the chat where somebody's asking how is the BFSI sector going to be affected by all these layoffs and upcoming recession? And I think this answers that question as well.
Yes.
That yes, there is talks of layoffs and recession, but BFSI sector is seeing an upswing in demand, and obviously the kind of talent that they are looking for might not be what they already have, which is where the need for people to upskill with relevant skills is much more in the market. And if you have the right skills and you are able to prove your mettle, then yes, I don't see why any of these companies or banks would not hire you.
That's definitely correct. We've also
Great.
seen we thought that there are going to be layoffs within our company as well, but instead they've been hiring more people, and there's not been a single layoff as of now. And if they had any plans of actually going through with it, or being scared of the recession or anything of that sort, they wouldn't be hiring more people. So um, in the currently, with the hiring trend that is going, we don't think that it'll affect a lot in the coming time as well. So
Great. That's good news.
yes,
Uh, yeah, so I think that's really useful, Vibhusha, and for uh, people who might have these questions, we would, like I said, the chat option is open. Please feel free to ask about anything that you want to talk about the BFSI sector, about the session, any other queries that you may have, or specific to the program. So, Vibhusha, I think I would like to now just talk a little bit about your how. So for our audience, Vibhusha is also a TAPME alumnus, and she has completed her TAPME BKFS in the year 2020 from TAPME. So Vibhusha, would you like to share some of those experiences with us, and how that TAPME BKFS has enabled you tide over some of these challenges and make you better prepared for the role that you are doing currently?
yes, definitely. So I know that when I was at TAPME, since I was a commerce student, I did not really have a lot of knowledge about the analytics that used to go on in the sector. But I do know for a fact that I was kind of scared that what if I go out there and they think that I am not very aware about these analytical tools, how to use them and all of that. So I remember talking to a professor of mine about the same, and they immediately introduced a course. At that point in time, it was a zero credit course, but they introduced a course for learning R, for Python, whatever we wanted to learn. They gave us an opportunity, they gave us faculty, they gave us the resources to do the same. So I learned the basics of all of these analytical tools, and currently in my team, I work for mergers and acquisitions at Deloitte, and currently there we have to process a lot of data, because of which yeah, I also learned Power BI during my time at TAPME, because of which we've been using Power BI, Tableau, and Alteryx in my team. But I remember that I was very confident when I had to learn these new tools as well, because I had some basic idea. I know for a commerce student to get into this, commerce students are usually hesitant, but for me, I had the confidence because I knew the basics of a few analytical tools already. So it was not very difficult for me to catch up to the other tools as well, and it has helped me really, because out of the 60 people in my team, there are some 20 people who are equipped with these tools, and which is why we get the priority. And like I said, there's competition outside, but there's competition inside as well, right? So I have to keep myself ahead, because of which I have to upskill myself with all of these technologies that are emerging, because we know at this point there's no running away from technology, right? Because it has taken over everything currently. And
Mhm.
um and there are a lot of courses that TAPME had provided, which also really helped me with what I currently do, and how I should be prepared for it, the rigor, everything down to the tip has really helped me. I can not focus on that enough, but it really has. So like it has been a great journey so far, and I'm really glad that I chose TAPME, because um, I've had a great experience with TAPME. That's for sure.
Great, great. Thanks, Vibhusha. Thanks for your time. I think it was really useful, at least for me, and I'm sure for our listeners as well, to hear about all
Yeah.
these things on how the BFSI sector in general is doing, and how getting the right tools and skill sets is important, and how TAPME has enabled you to get that as part of its BKFS MBA. With that, I would just like to move on to the last segment of this webinar. I realize we have less than 15 minutes left, which is where I would like to talk about the program that we have to that TAPME is providing now. So, Vibhusha, would you mind just going to the skipping a slide, please?
Yes, this one.
Thanks. So, yes, and I see there are already questions around this. So just to give everybody a context on what we are talking about here. So this is the MBA in Banking and Financial Services, and that's the same MBA that Vibhusha did during her time on campus with TAPME. TAPME has been running this program for 8 years on campus, and now going to the boom in the banking and financial services sector and the demand that is out there for such professionals, TAPME has curated the same program for working professionals. And now they're offering it online as part of as a degree. So whoever completes this program, enrolls for this program, will get a degree from TFI Management Institute. So I see somebody has asked, will this program be beneficial for working professionals? So yes, Anand, this program is created specifically with working professionals in mind. Actually, you need to have 1 year of experience to be able to enroll in this program. And the way this program, like I said, it has been structured is to ensure that there are all these elective baskets like analytics for banking and finance, banking, capital markets, advanced corporate finance, that learners can pick and just ensure that they are on top of on top of these latest tools and techniques that are being used in the BFSI sector. So that could be anything to do with analytics and AI in finance banking, financial modeling, data analysis and interpretation, banking laws, international banking, and global capital markets, investment management, investment banking, private equity. So all these topics are covered as part of this MBA BKFS, which is a completely online program that TAPME is providing. I also see somebody has asked about placements, any different than campus placements. So like I said, that this program is curated for working professionals to be delivered in the online mode of learning. There will be live classes from the same lecturers that teach on campus on TAPME. The classes will be done over the weekend. There will be 5 sessions of 90 minutes each. In terms of placements, yes, Online Manipal provides placement assistance and career support services to all the learners, which includes helping you with your resume building, your soft skills, and also conducting industry sessions with industry panelists, okay, to help you understand how you can utilize your learnings in in the BFSI sector. So that will be that is also one of the things that Online Manipal provides as part of this program. So apart from that, I have a question that is asking about the fee, and is that any different from the on campus? Yes. So this is a completely online course, like I said. So fee also, the inaugural fee for the first batch. So for the first batch, what TAPME has done to ensure that there is the quality of learning and teaching is provided to all the learners. They have limited seats available. They just want to take 120 students as part of this batch of the first batch of MBA BKFS. So that ensures that the quality remains, and then the opportunities for collaboration within the students and with the faculty are ample, which becomes quite difficult if it's a larger cohort of students. And given that this is the first batch of the online learners that will enroll for this program, TAPME has also launched an inaugural offer. So instead of so they are giving a 20% off on the inaugural offer on the course fee. So instead of 7 lakhs, that would have been the fee for this complete program, it is 5,60,000 for the 2 years of programs. So yeah, so these are some of the things that I would like to provide to tell all of you. I see somebody saying I'm 29 years old and I want to join this. Yes, Ravi, age is not a limit to this. The only eligibility criteria here is you should have a proper undergraduate degree, and you should have at least 1 year of professional experience. So if you have these two, then yes, you are eligible to join. So I will encourage you to apply for this program in case you meet this criteria. Somebody is asking for, I'm looking to transition my career from QA to banking. Is possible, not been banking background before. If you have a knack for BFSI sector and you think that you are passionate about that sector, then this program would certainly provide you all the skills and tools that are required to be successful in the BKFS, banking and financial services sector. So, like I said, as long as you meet the eligibility criteria and you really want to succeed in the banking and financial sector and make a career out of it, yes, this is an absolute great course for you. And like I said, you will, at the end of this course, you will get a degree from TAPME, which has much more value than any other certificate or diploma course that you would get in the market. So yeah, sorry, Ravi, if you don't have experience, then this program would not be for you. I'm sorry about that. Yes, 1 year experience is mandatory for this program. No, there is no CAT score required for you to enroll in this program, Vinay. I hope that answers your question. So Abhinav, you are saying I have more than a decade experience in financial research and trading. Okay, let me change my present. Yes, you are absolutely eligible to enroll, Abhinav, and because you have you have the desired experience, and I'm assuming that you have a proper undergraduate degree as well. If you have these two things in place, absolutely you will be able to join. And like I said, there are all these elective baskets, which you can see on the screen, the last point: analytics for banking and finance, banking, capital markets, advanced corporate finance. So it's not like you have to choose only one out of these four. You can pick any 3 out of these 4, and depending on what you are choosing, it will help you become better in digital finance. It will help you become better in data analytics tools like R and Python, and so all of that gets covered as part of this program, which is why it becomes really great for anyone who is looking to excel in this sector. So I have another question. Will companies consider the online degree to be equivalent to the offline program? Absolutely. So UGC has recently come out with a guideline where they have clearly said that all online programs, UGC entitled online degrees, are have the same value as the offline program. So and like Vibhusha was also saying, with the advent of COVID and all these learnings has also gone online. So absolutely yes, an online degree has the same value as an offline degree. I hope that answers your question. Yes, Vinay, you are saying, yes, we are looking at total experience as 1 year. You can have, if there are breaks in between, that's absolutely fine, but it should be a professional experience and you should be able to substantiate that with the required documents that yes, you have the desired experience. Yes, Megha, this is completely online. This will be live classes that will be run over the weekend, which will ensure that you are interacting with the faculty one-on-one. Okay, and like I said, the seats are limited to 120. The batch is going to start next month. So the objective here is absolutely that students who are enrolling for this program, because this is curated for working professionals. That thing has been kept in mind that yes, over the weekends only the classes are kept, and it is completely online, including the exams that are going to happen. They will also be online. So yes, Vinay, it can be any. It has to be. It can be any experience that you have, as long as you have, like I said, as long as you have the work experience certificates to clear, to substantiate that yes, you have that 1 year or above experience in that. Yes, Abhinav. So we do have a lot of partners where you can avail these EMI options. Just to tell you the process, how it is. So once you apply for the apply for the program, you need to pay an application fee of 1,500 rupees. Then you have to fill in your details, upload your documents, and then you pay 20,000 rupees as seat blocking amount. So like I said, because there are only 120 seats available, we are giving that opportunity to learners to block a seat if they have submitted all their documents and everything. Once that is done and documents are verified by the university team and your admission is approved, you can we provide options for you to avail loan facility where you can get EMI options as well. Okay, so I'm just going one by one now. So there is no interview process, Megha, in this. Like I said, it's just you need to upload your documents, meet the eligibility criteria, and pay the fee. If all these things are in place and university accepts the validity of your documents, then you can just enroll for the program, and this will be an MBA degree that you will get. When a work experience letters would be required, what I would recommend, Vinay, is that you provide your information on the website, okay, and one of our counselors will get in touch with you to talk to you and ensure that, to see what exactly you have in place and whether that will work when you are looking to take admission for this program. Okay, so I think this is more or less it from my side as well. Thanks again for everyone to join this call, this webinar. I hope this was useful for you. And thanks, Vibhusha, for your time on this.
No problem at all. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thanks, everyone. Have a nice evening.
Have a nice evening. Thank you.
Bye.